Experienced teachers often do not have to deal with many of the common situations that happen in the classroom because the experienced teacher knows what can go wrong and the experienced teacher knows what to do to lessen the likelihood that it will go wrong. Of course, the experienced teacher also knows how to handle it when it does go wrong. In the next few minutes, you will learn about a proven and successful way that a teacher can start the school year with clear expectations regarding how you, the teacher, will consistently handle things. That is, I tell the students right up front that my prime directive, which is posted in the classroom, is it fair to all concerned? I let the students know that this is the standard by which I measure things. Is it fair to the student? Is it fair to the other students? Is it fair to the school? Is it fair to me, the person who is there to help them learn? Is it fair to the taxpayers who have provided the environment in which they, the students, can learn, grow, and mature? It often happens that a student will come to me and ask for me to do something. I ask the student if he or she recalls my prime directive. As is necessary, I go over the prime directive before I answer the student. I then ask the student to defend how it is fair to all concerned if I were to do what is being asked of me. In other words, I have set it up so that when the student asks me to cut him or her some slack, I ask how is it fair to everyone else. I shift the focus away from having to say no and toward what is right. Sure, it might be easier to say no, but that does not help the student learn, grow, and mature. When a professional educator just tells a student no, it creates hard feelings and alienates the student, and this alienation makes it more difficult to help the student learn. More times than not, having this discussion with the student does take more time on the front end, but doing what is right on the front end saves time in the long run, and it helps the student grow and mature. Let's hear this role played.
Mr. Morris, I would like to discuss with you how I can get a higher grade on this assignment that I turned in last week.
What you are doing, Daniel, is exactly the right thing. You are coming to me to discuss the issue, and I appreciate how you are being mature about this. Let's take a look at what you're talking about, and I will be fair as dictated by my prime directive, and I point to the sign. I see here that you did a fantastic job on the assignment. I mean, it was super, and I was positively impressed. I really liked the part where you did blah, blah, blah. So, you got full credit for that part. But you turned it in 3 days late, and 20% of the grade was meeting the deadline. I'll be glad to listen to why it is that you failed to meet the deadline.
I just forgot.
Did I fail to let you know that there was a deadline?
No, you reminded us in class several times.
I'm very happy with the quality of your work that you turned in, but meeting the deadline is also important. Let me ask you this. If you get to the airport late and your plane is already in the air, is there any value in arguing with the ticket clerk?
No.
If you go to the dock late and your Royal Class cruise has already left, is there any value in arguing with the dockmaster?
No.
I have told you that everything that I do must meet my prime directive. If I let this slide, how am I being fair to the other students who met the deadline? How am I being fair to the taxpayers who have provided you with a place to learn? How am I being fair to me, who had to get this graded and back to you?
You wouldn't be, but can't you just let this slide this time? I mean, my mom won't be happy with me when she learns that I made an 80 on this assignment.
I tell you what, since you have met all other deadlines heretofore this year, I will make this deal with you. If you meet all other deadlines this grading cycle, and you remind me in writing the last day of the grading cycle, I will know that you have learned how to meet deadlines, and that was the point of that part of the assignment. If you do this, I will strongly consider adjusting this part of your grade then and only then. By meeting all deadlines, I mean assignments and being to class on time. I have given the student a way to learn the lesson, but I have not let him slide. He has to meet the criteria and do something extra. Tell me in writing on the last day of the grading cycle. An email is a form of writing, and it is that way that I communicate with my students and have for many years. Emailing with students is another video, and it will be explained in greater detail in that video. Or I might say, I tell you what, if your mother is not happy with this, I will gladly meet with her and you, and I will explain how you did well on everything but one part of the assignment. There have been a few times that a parent has come to meet with me to have me explain this part of the grade or some other aspect of my classroom management methods. 100% of those meetings has resulted in better communication with the parent, and the parent backing me on helping the student learn how to meet deadlines. Only once did a parent ask me to just pass him now and flunk him later because he needs a passing grade now and not later so that he could participate in some school function. I said, that sort of grade change requires principal approval, and in this case it did. So the parent dropped the request. In this case, the student was not passing for many reasons, and it was not just my class. Electronic gradebooks are a wonderful thing. By having your own prime directive posted in your classroom and letting the students know that your prime directive is the measurement tool by which you will measure everything, it will serve you well and it will help you be consistent with your students. When a teacher cuts one student some slack, it becomes a bragging point for that student, and it will make it much more difficult for you, the teacher, to maintain high standards. It does not serve anyone well to have low standards, and having low standards makes it difficult for you, the teacher, the students, and even the other teachers. When I look back on the teachers who had the most influence and impact on me, it was the ones who had consistently high standards. As you, the new teacher, grow in the profession, you will learn things that you can do to lay the foundation for a successful year. I will be making and posting more short videos that might be helpful. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the little bell so that you will get notifications when I add new videos. Additionally, please share this video with anyone whom you believe would like to see it. You can contact me directly by writing to me at teamteachvideos@gmail.com.